Yeah.
On the
Okay. Do it. Right, do it. Do it. Do it. I keep. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop.
Critical hit. Hey, you didn't do anything. There. Flag. Flag. Critical hit. Ah.
Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to Spoiler Alert. MsFeralcat here. As you can see, I am back at Spawn. This is the Minecraft 2B2E Anarchy server, and this is Spawn. This is what Spawn looks like. At the time of this video, I did record this in June. It's taken me this long to get to doing a voiceover for it because HCC and I have been doing other things, making other videos, vacationing, things of that nature. But I wanted to go back to Spawn to show people what it looks like and that what it can take to get out of Spawn. Right now I'm trying to find what direction I would like to go. I'm looking for the highway. So right now it's a complete mess. Like, it's hard to figure out where I'm going, and this is when I started getting the vibrant visuals. So I'm also confused because it's difficult to see and understand what I'm seeing. So here's my ender chest. I completely emptied out my ender chest, so I'm starting from scratch. It didn't occur to me till much later that I could have just created a completely new alternate account to do this, but I wanted to do it from my MsFeralcat account. So we cleared out my ender chest. And now I grabbed a torch because I wanted something in my hand. I know it's useless, completely useless, but it just felt like the right thing to do. Put something in my hand. But here's a preview of the vibrant visuals if you haven't seen them yet. I know some people don't have them. HCC doesn't have them. He's a little jealous of my vibrant visuals. So I knew here that going down was probably not going to get me anywhere. So I was trying to figure out a way to go up. And I had heard through other players in chat that going up was the way to get out of Spawn, because up there's well, you'll see. I do eventually get up and you can see what is up there. But right now I'm trying to navigate the water, and it's difficult because the vibrant visuals were new and I could not see where I was going to save my life. So I had to kind of just wing it. It is a complete mess. Spawn is ever changing. I've been back a couple times since. HCC and I both have been back, and it's already different. This video was taken in the middle of June, and we are at the end of July. And the last time I was back at Spawn was a couple weeks ago, and it's already different from when this video was done. So I do expect to return to Spawn on a regular basis, just to give an update on how it looks and how much it's changed and what's different and all that. But right now I am still trying to get to the top of that obsidian platform, and I'm trying to get my bearings and get up there so that I can have a better chance of getting somewhere. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And my goal, the goal is to get to a highway. You want to get to a highway because from there you can get in any direction, and you're also have a better chance of coming across resources on the highway, such as wood, which is one of the most vital resources when you first get out of spawn, because you need a bed. And so anytime I've ever ended up at spawn, I always try to find sheep. That's the first thing I try to find, because from sheep you get food and wool, the two things that you need, two out of the three things that you really, really need to survive in the beginning of the game. So in my opinion anyway. Right now HCC is not with me. He is making his way to our first base so that we can meet there, and he's going through the Nether and having one hell of a time himself. I kind of wish I wish we would have thought in advance for him to record his journey, because it was treacherous. I think he died a couple times, but I've as you can see, I've made it to the obsidian roof, and through parts of the video where I'm just traveling, I do fast forward as much as I can because the video is on the longer side. I will go ahead and spoil that I died several times in this adventure, and they were one of them is special. Well, one of them was because I'm an idiot. The second one was because I got PvP'd, and that was fun. That one was a fun one, and you'll see why. But I am specifically looking to get to a lower portion of the highway, which is something that is more likely to be farther out. This high, it's not going to be too far out, and in either direction. So before this, HCC and I had done the X0 in the Z positive direction, and that's the highway I'm looking for, and I am very close to it now. I'm moving in the right direction, but I'm too high. This is not the level you want to be at when you're trying to get out of spawn, because you can't see what's underneath, and so you can't just yeet yourself over the edge, because you are very likely to die. As you can see, you can't see anything. There is water down there, but there's also hazards. So I'm just trying to get out of there. Before HCC ended my life violently to send me back here, we experimented with the beds. That was something that I had read that you can't mark your spawn point on the same bed, but I had heard that you could, and so we experimented with that, and you can in fact have multiple players use the same bed as their spawn point. So, but here we go. That death number 1, because I forgot how to jump. I could not jump. So here I am back at spawn. And as you could probably see, I did not respawn in the same spot. You are not going to respawn at the same spot. You are very unlikely to spawn at 0-0 at all, because it's just not going to happen. The chances of it are slim to none. The very first time I ever entered this game, I was playing for maybe a couple of minutes and got PvP'd, and the second time I spawned in lava, so I died right away. So the third time getting out of spawn is when I was finally able to get out. But you're not going to spawn at the same point every time, but I do recommend trying to get up. You want to go up. Follow the water to a high point. Up on the obsidian platform up there, it's pretty open, so it is places for hostile mobs to spawn. Oh, here we are. Look at this guy. Here it comes. But look, he killed himself. You can see his end crystals floating. So in his haste to take my life, he took his own and lost all of his shit. Good job, Bareem 2. Nice. Oh, yeah. So, okay. So here we are, my third try, trying to get out of spawn. Now I am at the level I want to be at to get out. I'm at level, oh, okay, so the main highways are about level 65 and 80. If you can't get to level 65 or 80, then you definitely want to go up, as I had done previously. But now that I'm at level 65, I'm trying to stay about that level so that I can get to the highway I'm looking for. And right now I'm collecting dirt because that is something else that is a vital resource to have here, because you can break it with your hands. You don't need a tool, and you can store it in an ender chest. So that way, if you die again, when you die again, because you are likely to die a couple of times trying to get out, then you have building material. My first time in spawn, there was no obsidian roof. I don't remember seeing anything like this. It was a complete mess of water and lava and cobblestone, and there was no dirt anywhere in sight. So I had a very difficult time getting out of spawn when I first joined the server. So I do recommend collecting dirt or sand or anything that you can break with your hands and putting it in an ender chest. You aren't very likely to find wood here. If you do, try to take it too, but it's just not very likely. If you can get to on the Z axis, if you can get to positive 2200 on the Z, or I want to say there's spruce trees there. There's a large spruce tree forest there. There's also one in the the current exploration highway that we're doing. I believe it's the Z negative that we are doing now, that also has trees around the 2000 mark. I had a brain fart trying to remember exactly what highway we're exploring right now, because we haven't done any exploration videos recently because we've been busy doing other things. So, but for the most part, if you can get to about 2,000 blocks out, you might be fortunate enough to find some trees. However, in the Z negative direction, where there are trees and stuff, that is also a very dangerous area. Another time when I got there, I died. Players keep dying there. It's like it's almost like an unintentional trap. But here you can see you are able to break cobblestone, of course, with your hand, but it doesn't drop anything. But right now I'm just trying to get up to the roof. So, and here we are finally up on the roof. But now I'm trying to figure out what direction I need to be going. But anyway, this video was recorded in the middle of June. I apologize for taking so long to get it out, but we see I still crafting tables too because well there's no wood and that's something that you need eventually. Um, but I didn't take dirt here because I would have just it was just too much of a risk of it falling and me not being able to get it. So I decided to not even bother with it. And I was uncertain of exactly what was underneath, even though it looks like water. There's HCC right there. Disco is life. So there's my empty ender chest, and I'm trying to put some resources in there for when I die again, which, spoiler alert, I do. I do die again later on. Um, but I'm fast forwarding through here because it's a lot of just trying to make my way to the highway. But after this video was recorded, we met some other players. Like, I'm going to give a shout out to S-Bane. Of course, I give her lots of shout outs. But we met S-Bane and Bangladesh and Yellowy J. So who all hooked us up with some kick-ass kits, you know. So I did this video at the perfect time because at that point we didn't have those resources, so I was able to empty my ender chest and start from nothing, which was the point. I wanted to start from nothing like new players do. So, but right now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get down from here. And as you can see, this does not go out very far, just a few hundred blocks. And here we are at the end. And now I have to figure out how I'm going to get down. I didn't trust the water because the vibrant visuals were difficult for me to read. And so I was like, I don't know if I should trust this, but I decided just, okay, you know what? I'm going to I'm going to jump in and we're going to see what happens. And I'm trying to get down that. And my goal here is to get over that wall that you see on the left. I want to get over that. And I'm taking it slow because there we go. And now I get to go up another waterfall. I didn't want to swim under it because I didn't know how wide it was, and I don't have any food yet. So I don't want to risk not being able to breathe. So I decided going over it was the best course of action. But after this video, HCC and I started planning our first base griefing video. And we started talking to other players about griefing our first base, which is another reason why we chose to go to spawn. I chose to go to spawn at this point because our first base was about 8,000 blocks from here. And so HCC and I were going to meet up there at our first base and do our base tour and then start planning our grief, which was a bomb. It was a lot of fun. We did that on the 4th of July. And it was a lot of fun. I'm really glad we did it. And we will probably grief our second base at some point. So keep your ears and eyes open for the invitation to grief our second base, which we've already done a base tour of that one. Here I'm putting more resources into the ender chest just in case. And as I'm moving, I'm constantly on the lookout for several things. I'm on the lookout for food and other players and mobs, hostile mobs. So You don't get a lot of hostile mobs here, but you do get hostile mobs. So you have to watch out for them. But the most dangerous thing here, honestly, is starvation. This is also the point where the player locator bar became available. As you can see above my my hotbar is the player is the player locator bar, and that is how that is keep an eye on that, because players, you know, in front of you or beside you, their icon will pop up on there, so you can kind of get a bead on where they might be. And I was still unfamiliar with it. And I remember before I got PvP'd, I saw the player's locator pop up on there. But I was still a little confused, and I went right toward him and he got me. But he got himself too, so karma's a bitch. Ha ha ha. And he lost all his shit. So yeah, I'm okay with it. But here I'm just still trying to gather resources, dirt, and I'm looking for food, and I'm looking for a way out, and I'm trying to keep an eye out for other players as well, because there are experienced Anarchy players who hang out at spawn just to take out unsuspecting newbies. So you got to keep your eye out for them. But you know, you can get out of spawn. I promise you, you can get out. You just have to really, you know, you have to make an effort. You have to work at it. You cannot always get kits from other players. You can't trust them, first of all. If you're asking for kits, like, hey, can I get a kit? Can I join your team? Most likely they're going to kill your ass when they run into you. So stop asking other players for kits. I promise you, you can get out of spawn. You just have to keep working at it. So that time I went under that lava wall because there was really no other way to get out of there. I had to go under and see what I was working with, and it wasn't very wide, so I was able to get out fairly easily. But oh, here's a wither. The wither, you have to just keep moving. Don't stop. I mean, at this point, if I had seen food, I probably would have just kept going, because if you stand still for very long, you'll get hit by the wither. And you don't have any way of protecting yourself other than just keep moving, because they don't have they can't get a very good beat on you as long as you keep moving. But if you stop for any length of time, they're going to get you. So, and they are spawned everywhere. There's several of them all over the place, as you'll see later in the video. But I'm still on the lookout for resources, food, wood, anything that I can get to make this journey a little easier. And I am far away from where I'm trying to be. I am trying to get to the X highway, and I'm having a rough time. There's another wither, as you can see. I am having a difficult time finding my way there because of the lava walls, the lava casts here, which HCC and I finally learned how to do. We learned how to create these wonderful works of art. Thank you, Bangladesh. Here, I with no help from vibrant visuals, I was able to finally see that there was waterfall right there. It took me a minute to realize, oh yes, there's water here. Let me ride this bitch up. finally was able to get to the top. Um, and go in the direction. Yes, this is the direction that I'm wanting to be in. At around, well, like I said earlier, on the X highway in the positive direction around 2200 is uh, forest of spruce trees. Okay, don't trust portals at spawn. Don't do it. Even if you think you can run through it, you most likely can. Like that one, I could have just jumped through it and kept going, but some of them are um, trapped with end crystals on the other side. And with vibrant visuals, I didn't trust to do that because I wasn't sure if what I was seeing was actually there. So I decided to go around it. So yeah, there's a platform down there. Okay, so I want to make sure that I point out that this is about survival, not exploration. Under normal circumstances, I would have explored that platform, but I right now I'm just trying to survive. And now there's a zombie down there, so I'm trying to get down to the highway level 65-ish, but I'm also trying to stay alive. And as tempting as it is to explore these places, they are perfect places for mobs to spawn or other players to be hiding out. So I don't recommend going in them, exploring too much. I recommend just trying to get to the nearest highway and getting the hell out of there so that you can get some food and other resources to survive. So now I am at the level that I want to be at, moving in the right direction. So, but I got to get around this wall of lava. Again, another wall of lava. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. But I actually enjoy the challenge of going back to spawn on occasion, and I have created a couple alternate accounts for that reason. It's like I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm a glutton for punishment, so I enjoy going back to spawn just to do it, just to see if I can, because it's always different. It's ever changing, and you are never going to have the same experience twice. So here I am putting more dirt in the ender chest for later in case I need it, which I might. But so later on, as I said, HCC and I had planned a griefing party for our first base, which we did, which was successful. It became a crater, and now it is currently sitting cozily under a lava cast created by Bangladesh. Thanks again. It was awesome. And recently we started a new exploration, which HCC and I are anxious to start getting those videos up. The only thing holding us back from getting those up was this video, getting this the voiceover done, getting it edited and uploaded, so that way we can start posting our new exploration videos. Something else that we have started doing, which we do have up, is a new movie reaction video. So that was originally, the movie reaction was originally how we started the channel. And so we wanted to start getting back to that as well, because we enjoy that. That's a lot of fun. But the Minecrafting is like, that's my jam, I must say. I have to admit it. the Minecrafting is my jam. I really enjoy the game, and HCC and I are really enjoying the server. We enjoy the people. There is an air of camaraderie amongst one another, and friendly rivalry, which it's a lot of fun. So if you can find other players, you know, you can team up with or not, then, you know, I do suggest, you know, teaming up with other people, even if you don't team up and you just become friends. Like oh, look, okay, I found the highway finally. Look at that. I finally found the highway, the X highway in the Z positive direction. Now, I will say, looking back, I should have backtracked a few hundred blocks because I found food. I got food. And I'm beating it with a bone. I'm giving it my boner. Now I get to eat. I'm getting wool too. So, oh yeah, sheep is what you're going for. Of course, you know, if you find any food at all, you need to get it. But you really want to keep an eye out for sheep because you get wool for beds. And marking your spawn point with a bed is how you defeat spawn. That's how you defeat spawn. So this is your goal. Food, wool, bed. And now I need one more piece of wool and wood. And then I will have successfully defeated spawn. But as you can see, we are not even halfway through the video yet. So spoiler alert, it is a while before I find enough wood to be able to make a bed. I also want to point out that there's, along with vibrant visuals, other things in the game changed. So sometime, you know, in the past, eating raw food was no big deal. Well, now, if you eat raw food, you run the risk of getting poisoned. Later on, I eat a piece of raw chicken and it makes me sick. So you also need to try to find a way to cook the food if you can, just so you're not getting sick and losing hearts that way. But anyway, here I am finally. Again, I should have backtracked to about 2200, and then I would have been able to find wood, and then I would have totally beat spawn. I would have totally kicked spawn's ass in less than 30 minutes, but that's not what I did. I just kept going. And increased my chances of dying. But here I'm just, you can see the carnage here. It's a complete mess. It's a complete mess. Another method of getting food is fishing. So if you can beat a spider to death, you might have to try a few times because they don't always drop string. Then you can get the resources you need to make fishing pole, and you can fish for food. So that is another method that works. But wool, food, and wood, those are the three things that you need in order to beat spawn. Really, if you find, with wool, you get food, so that's a given. Oh, look, yeah, a single piece of wood on this phallic-shaped obsidian structure. I took the tip. Moving on. So I got a piece of wood, and I'm pretty sure now I'm looking for an ender chest to store my wood so that if I die, I don't lose it. As I said, I recorded this video a while back, so I don't remember how long ago or how long it took me to find an ender chest, or if that's what I actually was aiming to do. I know I was just trying to find more wood to get out of spawn successfully and mark my spawn point. But right now you can see, you see me passing portals. Don't go through a portal at spawn. And technically this is still spawn. This is still the spawn area. And these portals are going to be trapped. You will be hard pressed to find a safe portal this close to spawn. So I do not recommend going through a portal. At least until you are able to mark your spawn point in some way. And when you finally do get a bed, bury it. Bury your bed. Bury your fucking bed, people. Don't leave them sitting out for anybody to see, because they will steal it. Namely, I will steal it. I'm a stealer of beds, okay? Let's just... I do it mainly to teach people a lesson. Okay, so I go back here and I look at the sign. Nether Highway. No. I'm not, I was born at night, but not last night. I'm not going through no portal that close to spawn. Something else to remember is when you're traveling, oh, there's a witch. You don't want to do a whole lot of jumping. You can run. You're going to use energy regardless, but jumping just causes you to go through your energy faster, and you don't have a whole lot of food. See, I've already gone through my food, and now I'm starting to get hungry. So you don't want to jump unless you absolutely have to. Like if you're trying to avoid a mob or something, then yeah, of course you want to, you'll need to jump to get away from them. But for the most part, you really want to just sprint and avoid jumping. See, I missed the opportunity to save my wool and my wood back there. I found an ender chest and I did not save my materials, which was really dumb. And yeah, it was really dumb. That's all I'm going to say. It took me a few tries to get out of spawn, okay? But more portals for, unsuspecting new players, which is not moi, not going through one. Later on, HCC and I do go through some portals as we're exploring, just to show you what's on the other side. And the ones that we ended up going through were relatively safe, but that's just not gonna always be the case. You are not very likely to find a safe one this close. So at this point, I'm contemplating on what I wanted to do, because I wanted to get the resources that I needed in order to defeat spawn, but right here is where I needed to turn right in order to go to our first base. But I didn't want to do that because a new player is not going to have that advantage. So I wanted to keep moving in a general forward direction and see if I could get, the resources I needed. I know here pretty soon I do end up going in that general direction, because new players are going to do that too. They're going to veer off of the path and go toward greener pastures, so to speak. But all of that dirt there, that is a point where HCC and I did some digging in the past. So we've been here before. This area is familiar to me, but it wouldn't be familiar to a new player, like I said. So I didn't want to go in that direction if I could help it. But so I do continue on along the highway, which is honestly where you need to be. This area has already, it changed so much from the first time we started playing. I'm looking for food right now. But it has already changed so much from the first time we started playing. And I ended up going back again after this, and it still has changed. It just changes so frequently that it's a new experience every time you play. Um, so now I'm looking for. There's not a tree in sight. There's not even a leaf in sight. Like, this is wrecked. there's there's not even a passive mob spawning. Like, it's been so ran through that there's no food spawning anywhere. Not even fish. I don't even remember seeing any fish. I would have beat a fish with my bone. I would have boned a fish, but I could find nothing. It's it's a mess. Um, but ultimately, again, the goal is to mark your spawn point, and you do that by getting the resources you need for a bed. I found a carrot. I get to eat a measly ass carrot. It it helped a little bit, but it's I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. There's an egg that spawn that, there's a chicken. If I could have, made that little shit grow up, I would have boned it to death. But at this point, it hadn't occurred to me to do the fishing, or else I would have killed that spider. That didn't occur to me until later. I realized that I should be killing spiders too for string, because also string can be turned into wool. That's something that I don't really think about until after the fact. So, but I'm trying to avoid running because I don't have a whole lot of energy left. But now there's mobs around me, and I'm having a difficult time getting through here. There's no food anywhere and no wood. So I'm like, shit. Now I just need to get back to the highway so I can move on, because there's nothing here. It's a waste. There's just mobs and dirt blocks. I could get seeds, but without a hoe, there's no, some rotten flesh to poison me, At this point, you eat just about anything. But now I'm working my way back to the highway so that I can. Well, I passed the highway. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm starving, okay? I'm delirious. I'm delirious. I need resources. But the sun is starting to come up. And yeah, that is moving back towards spawn. So I know at some point I do veer off in the negative X direction to start looking for food, because I remember in the past there was food in this direction eventually, but yeah, so just trying to survive spawn without getting killed. And I saw there was light in the tunnel, so I was like, what is down here? It's a chest of cobblestone. I have almost what I need to make a pickaxe. But yeah, this was a challenge, and I'm still trying to work through the vibrant visuals. The water was for a while there, it was just difficult to really tell anything. right here, about here is when I started getting desperate. I'm desperate. There's a zombie over there burning to death, and I thought, oh gosh, I need to kill it myself and take his rotten flesh so that I can eat. And so, but then I caught fire. But I got his rotten flesh. I got it. So I'm not gonna starve to death yet. I'm trying. I'm really trying. And now I've reached a point where I can't even sprint. Once you get down to a certain hunger, you can't sprint anymore. And I know I'm about to die, and I'm frantically looking for an ender chest so that I can store all of these resources that I've acquired, because I'm 2 wood planks away from being able to mark my spawn point. Yeah. Spoiler alert, I don't make it. It's coming. It's coming. It's like I'm I'm defeated. It's about to defeat me. It is what it is. 3, 2, 1, and I died. I starved to death. I did not forget to eat, damn it. I did not forget. There's all my shit floating on the ground. My 3 pieces of wool gone. So I'm back at spawn, and you can see the player locator there on the bottom. But I'm back at spawn. I spawned on a pillar, I guess, in a completely different place than from before. So again, my goal is to get either to the nearest highway or to get up to the obsidian platform to get out. So yeah. So again, it's a mess. It's a wreck. It's complete chaos. Don't go through that portal. Don't do it. I was tempted to do it. I thought about doing it anyway to showcase that you shouldn't do it. Even if you do get through the portal, the Nether is worse than this. And it's lavas everywhere, and then you also have to worry about piglins, and you don't have gold, obviously, so they're gonna kill you, and they're one-shotters. It just takes one shot. So I do not recommend going to the Nether to get out of spawn. Even an experienced player with armor struggles in the Nether at spawn, because there's a curtain of lava along the highway, it seems, in all directions. So you are going to have a very difficult time, even more so through the Nether. So stay in the overworld, navigate the waterfalls up to the obsidian platform if you can, or try to get to the nearest highway at level 65. And that is your best chance to get out of spawn. So now that I'm navigating spawn again, I would like to talk about some upcoming content. So HCC and I, like I said, we've started a new exploration of a different highway, and so we have, some of those videos are waiting to be uploaded. Something we're going to experiment with is our exploration videos having less commentary. So in the past, our videos have always had voiceovers like the one I'm doing now. Well, with that comes additional editing. So normally when I'm editing the videos, I will edit the video first, figure out exactly what we want in the video, and then he and I will do the voiceover. And then we edit again, which involves syncing the videos, the commentary with the video, with the gameplay. Uh, so we thought maybe we can try experimenting with doing um, less commentary. That would enable us to. So I've reached the Z highway finally, but it's a wreck. So it is going to be a little challenging to get where I need to go, because it doesn't continue on. It's broken up. It's in so many pieces that it's hard to navigate. It's difficult to navigate, but it's not impossible. So as I was saying, HCC and I are toying around with the idea of having some of our exploration videos with less commentary, because that might enable us to get them out faster. If the exploration video is self-explanatory, if it's just exploring the highway and exploring some structures, then we probably won't have commentary on them. But if we are at a point where the video needs explanation, then we will do commentary. And this is just something we're playing around with, because we want to be able to put out more videos more often, and that may mean less commentary. So that is something that will be in a couple of the upcoming videos. So, and also something that we're playing around with is long play videos. So in a previous video, HCC and I talked about, okay, so this is the Z highway in the X positive direction, and look at the end crystals. Like, don't even try it. Just go around those motherfuckers, because you will not make it. I promise you, you're not gonna make it. Your best plan, your best course of action is to go around as much as you possibly can. I was risking it being this close to it. If I had gotten any farther to the right, it would have totally got me. So in a previous video, HCC and I talked about doing an exploration of our realm world, where we have we've destroyed a mountain and excavated an ancient city there, and we're doing a restoration. Well, I have screenshots of our progress, but I wanted to do it again, and some time ago I started another ancient city excavation in one of my single player worlds. And I thought, I play that world whenever I want to play, but HCC is not able to for whatever reason. So I started recording when I play, and it's just destroying the mountain. And so I'm going to do some more long play videos where that's basically what I'm doing, is destroying this mountain to excavate an ancient city. There's not going to be any commentary. It's all just gameplay, game sounds, gameplay. Here's another wither. I don't, when I'm playing Minecraft, I don't normally have my music music on. I prefer the game sounds to the music. So that's all you're gonna get is just the game sounds. But in my single player world where I'm excavating that mountain, I do have cheats enabled because I'm destroying that mountain by myself. And oh, I see something. I see something I need. Something I need is in the water. Somebody wasted a piece of wool here. But it's mine now because I'm going to need it. I learned my lesson. I'm pretty sure that as soon as I find an ender chest, I put that wool in there because I don't want to lose it again. But anyway, so I'm experimenting with some long play videos, and at some point after this, HCC also goes to spawn and records himself there trying to get out. I think he had more success than I did, quicker. He was able to, I think he was able to get out a little bit quicker than me, but that's okay. This is it's an experience. I did not put that wool in the ender chest. What the hell was I thinking? I wasn't. I was trying to get away from the wither because there was a wither, and as I had said before, when there's a wither, don't stop, just keep going. But this is again, this is the Z highway in the X positive direction. This is a highway that HCC and I have not explored yet. We've never been on this highway except me now. So, oh, there's a creeper. No, fuck that. I went around that bitch. As you can see, I'm fast forwarding through it because it's just exploration. There's really nothing going on here. Just me trying to get away from that creeper. And another wither. That was brief. Right here, I stop because I saw 2 white blocks over there. I wasn't sure if they were quartz or wool, and they are clearly not what I'm looking for. So I had to move on because there's a wither again nearby. But so ACC and I have done, you know, the one highway exploration all the way to 100,000, and we're doing another highway exploration. Oh, the wither got me that time. He got me that time. Totally got my ass. So I had to hightail it out of there. Usually they don't see you, but that one saw me. Eventually HCC and I are going to explore all of the highways in the 4 cardinal directions, as well as the 4 diagonal directions. So my game was being weird and paused by itself. It does that sometimes. But eventually we're going to explore all 8 of the highways out of spawn, as well as the nether. Which, again, like I said earlier, is a greater challenge because it is in the nether, there's just a curtain of lava along the highway in what seems like every direction, and you have to get several thousand blocks away in the nether. Like, I believe on the highway that we're on now, it wasn't until we got to around 2,000 blocks away from spawn that there wasn't just curtains of lava. It's, yeah, people have gone to a lot of trouble to make the nether difficult to navigate. But, you know, I can't blame them. It is an Anarchy server, so. But there's a structure over there. If I was exploring this with all the equipment I needed and my partner by my side, I would have totally went to check that out. But this is not the time for exploration. So I had to give it a quick look over, feel the disappointment, and then just carry on. You know, because it's about survival at this point. You're just trying to survive, and I still need wool, wood, and food for the fourth time. Like, I've already died 3 times, so now I'm moving in a completely different direction from one I've moved in before. And this is actually the opposite direction from where I was intending to meet up with HCC. But this was the highway that I found, and I just said, screw it, I'm going in this direction. Maybe I'll find more success here. But I'm already hungry, and I haven't found any food at all whatsoever. So I tend to cover like whispers, things like that. Like I do try to keep like private conversations private if I can. So let's see. Now I'm just trying to get down. Like I was really tempted to punch a parrot a minute ago, but I knew a parrot is not going to get me anything except backlash. Why are you punching parrots? I'm hungry, okay? I'm looking for food, even though I know a parrot is not going to give me any food. You know, looking back, I will say at first the vibrant visuals got on my nerves. It was very difficult to navigate, but now it's so pretty. The water over the water over that sand looks really nice. It's really pretty. It does remind me of the Bahamas. HCC and I have been there a few times. It's one of our favorite places to go. And the pretty teal water, and anyway, now I'm just making myself want to go on a cruise. So hint hint. Anyway, still looking for food. I'm pretty sure I was less successful this go around than the last time. Spoiler alert, you know. I only die 4 times, and I still passed up an ender chest. I still did not put this wool in an ender chest. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't. I was starving. I'm I'm suffering from malnutrition. I need food in my belly. I'm not thinking clearly. And in an area where food should be plentiful, there is none. There's also no wood. Well, here we go. Here's some rotten flesh. I'm desperate. I'm eating it. And I got poisoned in the process, of course. But this is part of the challenge. You know, you avoid these obstacles. You gotta stay. There's some string. I really needed an ender chest right about now. So I could save my resources. I'm trying to jump. But I can't because I only have two bars of hunger, you know, like I'm trying to jump and I'm just hurting myself. It didn't dawn on because I couldn't sprint to jump across that gap. So, and then it finally dawns on me, oh, well, duh, I needed to close the gap so I could make it. But by this point it was too late. I was, just starving and my resources were nil. Yeah. And I just kept poisoning myself with, I'm frantic at this point. Like I'm frantic. I'm looking for any kind of food source I can find. Normally I don't I don't really per, prefer particularly prefer pigs as a food source because that's really all they're good for. But even at this point, you really want any kind of food source you can get. So I'm, I'm looking for anything, not just wool, but anything. And here, finally, I'm being smart. I'm about to die, so I'm finally able to save my resources before that happens. And HCC is bantering back and forth with somebody in the chat. People cry about dying, and you're going to die. You're going to die. I mean, you're about to witness it here. And look, I got pigs. There's some food. Oh my God, I was not fast enough. Not fast enough. And I died. I died while punching a pig. And I'm back at spawn. Oh, yes. So more than an hour later, I am back at spawn yet again, trying to survive. But now I have some resources in my ender chest. I have a single piece of wool and some dirt, and I have string, which is what you need to make a fishing pole. So I'm a little better off now than I was before. So, and I'm now that I'm at level 65, I'm just trying to get to a highway so that I can go in any direction at this point. It doesn't matter which direction, just any direction. And I found some wood. I found some wood in spawn. That's not going to happen very often. Just so you know, don't expect it. Don't expect to find wood in spawn. And I knew breaking it was a risk, that it could have fallen, but it didn't. Thank you. Thank you for whoever. Oh, look, it's our favorite person who dies constantly, Solar Bug. Solar Bug dies a lot. A lot. He dies a lot, as you will see. Anybody who is familiar with this server knows that Solar Bug is really good at dying. So, but now I have wood, and now I need to find an ender chest to save that wood so I don't lose it. That would have, I'm talking, Solar Bug dies in various ways. Yeah. See, that wood would have been very good to go with my first piece of wood that I lost when I died. So look, Solar Bug died. He died. Unsurprising. He is really good at dying. It's like, rest assured, when Solar Bug joins the game, he's going to die. But they're such a good sport about it. They keep coming back and doing it again. But anyway, if you're watching this, Solar Bug, don't give up. Keep up the good fight. Keep us entertained. Keep making your way through the game, dying in all sorts of ways. Keep it up. Well, I didn't make it to a highway yet, but I did make it to the obsidian platform. So Solar Bug died again. He fell into lava. It's never ending. You can always count on Solar Bug to die. He died again. I don't know if Solar Bug is man or a woman. I don't know what their pronouns are. I just default to he. I apologize if I'm incorrect. Please correct me. But now I'm anticipating them dying again. So I'm watching, like, I'm watching the chat and I'm trying to survive myself. So, yeah. Here we go. Now I'm riding this waterfall. I'm trying to figure out what direction I'm going while in the water, while trying not to fall. I'm multitasking, because I don't want to fall because there's no telling where I'm going to land. There's a lot of chorus fruit here too. Solar bug was mashed to a pulp. Like, yeah, see. He doesn't. The solar bug does not disappoint. um. Anyway, there's chorus fruit here, and if you know anything about chorus fruit allows you HCC playing in his unique way. Chorus fruit allows you to teleport, but it does provide a little bit of nourishment. So if you see chorus fruit at spawn, don't pass it up. It would also come in handy if you are being, chased by, a hostile mob. There was a creeper over there, as you could see. Try to avoid the creepers. They're like nukes. I don't know why I was going toward the creeper. Like, that was really dumb. And then I fell. But I'm still trying to work my way toward any highway. Just any highway I can get to. It would be nice. And right now I am at the X highway. This is the direction that I originally wanted to go in. So this direction has wood. And if I had been smart and saved my wool from those 3 pieces of wool from the last time, then once I get to the wood, then I would be able to mark my spawn point. But now I'm just trying to get to just trying to get through here, because this is also it's a wreck. You have to look out for other players as well. And somebody, yeah, totally killed Solar Bug. They don't stand a chance. Your other players, like, experienced players, like to PvP in these areas. It's like prime pickings. You're always going to find newbies here. And so don't stay put for very long. I just wanted a torch. I didn't need it. I just wanted it. It was something I wanted. So I took it. Right now I got a boner in my hand. And we're moving on. We're moving on. And I keep glitching for some reason. I have no idea. There could have been a trapdoor somewhere. But people asking about saplings. You are not going to find a sapling in spawn. Not going to happen. Unless you can get to 2200 where there's trees. Somebody planted these huge ass spruce trees around the 2200 mark, and they are ginormous, but they are very helpful in getting you the resources you need to get out of there. So, oh, and don't try to activate a respawn anchor, because you'll die. Solar Bug died again. But here we go. I'm where I want to be. This is where you want to be. You want to be on this highway right here. This one, or in the negative direction. Yeah. So, because there's wood in both of those directions, but in the negative direction, you really got to be careful of that tunnel is a death trap. So I don't necessarily recommend stopping too long to try to get wood. You can see the spruce trees. There they are. It's like a beacon in the night. It's like a beacon of resources. And you don't really need to take a lot. You just need, a reasonable stack of wood in order to get tools and to make a bed. I speed up the video through here because I'm just breaking wood. So I wanted to get a reasonable amount, but I also wanted to leave resources for other players. So yeah, I'm beating the wood right here. Yeah. Whoever planted these, thank you. Thank you so much. Solar bug died again. Just can't catch a break. There, yeah. Don't give up, homie. Don't give up. So, but at this point, as I'm still trying to as I'm still trying to beat spawn, HCC is trying to beat the Nether. He is still trying to get to our first base where we planned to meet up. So he is having one hell of a time doing that. There we go. I saved some wood. Now I need some wool. But yeah, when you're trying to get out of spawn, wool, wood, and food, that's what you need. And right now, as you can see, my food is chorus fruit. I am so close to having wool that, I can feel it. I can feel it. I just know I'm going to have some wool soon. Just moving along. You can see the carnage. Yeah. I'm okay. So now I can make wooden tools. I can make a pickaxe, and I can get some cobblestone. I have resources to survive, but in my opinion, the way to beat spawn is to mark your spawn point. So you've got to have a bed. Solar bug died again. The way to beat spawn is to mark your spawn point somewhere else so that the next time you die, you don't have to go through all this bullshit again. But now I finally have what I need to make some stone tools. Finally. Yeah. And a sword was my go-to because I need a weapon. Pickaxes work as weapons, but they're not the greatest weapons. So, but moving on, we are getting close. We are getting close. There's not much time left, but I I really want to finish this video defeating spawn, and defeating spawn looks like making it out of spawn for good, and that is setting your spawn point somewhere else. So right now I'm looking at what it takes to make a fishing rod so that I can get some food. Yes, because I'm hungry, and I at this point I didn't want to rely on just finding sheep, because you know it's animals just don't always spawn here. It's a wreck. They, you know, the game just does not spawn them here very often. So now I'm looking for a body of water so I can do some fishing. So keep in mind that is another way for you to eat, is get what you need to fish. And then yeah, I thought about fishing here, but I changed my mind because I was too high and I didn't want to go down there. I didn't want to drop down. But I do finally do some fishing. At this point, the sun's going down too, I believe. And then I saw the chicken. You see the chicken? There's a chicken back there. So I got my sword and I chased that chicken down. There's 2 chickens. Oh, chicken. Give me some chicken. So here I am. I pillar up so that a monster doesn't sneak up on me while I'm trying to fish, or while I'm doing anything. I just didn't want some monster sneaking up on me while I'm busy. But then I saw more chicken, so I chased down some more chicken. And then I saw, oh, what is that? It's sheep. I see sheep. There's sheep back up. You see those sheep? Oh, that's my ticket out of spawn right there. That's my ticket out of spawn. There we go. There we go. 2 pieces of wool. Oh, look at that. There's another piece of wool right there. And I have bone meal on me. So now, what do I need? I need a place to put a bed. I can make a bed. I have everything I need to make a bed. I just got to get out. I just got to find a place to put a bed. This is not a very safe area right here. So I wanted to get away from this lava cast here. See, the chicken poisoned me. You see that? Yeah. For a minute there, I did consider burying a bed here. And then lava. It's like, what am I thinking? This is a terrible place to put a bed. And I was like, fuck that, keep moving. So, but as you could see, the chicken poisoned me. So you cannot necessarily eat raw meat anymore. So you do want to cook it if you can. Oh, what do I see here? At this point, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited because I found a little hovel for me to have a respite. I'm about to beat spawn, and it only took an hour and a half and dying 4 times. Here it comes. This is the fruits of my labor. It's a bed. And you really need a 3 blocks above a bed in order to spawn on the bed. Otherwise, you'll spawn above the bed, which is really not that big of a deal unless you're intentionally trying to remain hidden. So that's what I'm doing. I'm burying the bed enough to be able to spawn above it instead of above the dirt. So there we go. I found it. I got a bed. I'm bouncing on my new bed, bitches. There we go. That's how you defeat spawn right there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe.